Today we will continue again with the video on SNAP, study of no action points. Video number 20 was giving an introduction of no action points in a process. Our objective is to reduce the cycle time by reducing the wasted time. In this way, you reduce the cycle time so that you increase the number of cycles in a month and come out with more output. In any process, we know that there is an action point or a no action point. Action point is one where there is a permanent change taking place for the material or for the information. To change that, you need to be an expert because there is a planned outcome which happens from that action. On the other side, no action point times are also part of the process, but there is no change happening to the product. So the time spent there does not contribute anything to the change. So these are called no action points, and it can be reduced or eliminated so that you can make the cycle time shorter and make the process faster. This helps you to get more cycles per month and help you to maximize your output. So last video we stopped at steps in the process, and now we will see today how NAP can be reduced, and then we will see a small example. Now, how NAP can be reduced in a process? If we are analyzing the steps in a process, you will find that there is three kinds of activities. One is transfer of material from point A to point B. This is a no action point because no change happens to the material when it is transferred from point A to point B, whatever the distance is. Second one is waiting times. Before any action is taking place, they are waiting in the queue to be actioned upon. Or after the action has taken place, they are waiting again for somebody else to pick them up and take it to the next session for action. And the third one is the action time. So here, how NAP can be reduced? First is to reduce the distances traveled by the object or person by shortening the route or accelerating the transfer. So now our objective is to reduce the time taken to move the material from point A to point B. So even if the distance is same, if you increase the speed, it can be accelerated. This is what we saw in our earlier session, earlier video about the painting problem. When we reduce the cycle time from 120 minutes to 108 minutes, we are able to get 10% more cycles or more output. Also, you can reduce the distances. Maybe by old layout, you had a different layout at that time. Then some changes happened, or there was some obstacle in the past which could be overcome, and you can reduce the distance also. So you might recollect that in the variable session, we were talking about displacement and distance traveled. So find a way to minimize or get the displacement to the minimal. This is the first way to reduce NAP. A simple way. It doesn't make any problem to the material. Second one is combine steps. By combining steps, or you make it one, you have multi-purpose mission so that in the same mission you can do 2-3 actions. So this helps you to minimize the time taken. Reduce batch sizes. When you reduce batch size, what happens is that you will find that the waiting times reduce. The waiting times reduce when you reduce the batch sizes. Number 4 is increasing the frequency of transferring. Again, this leads to reduced waiting time. Expedite inspections and corrective actions. Again, this also leads to reduced waiting times. Setup times can be minimized. So this leads to wasted time on the machine and helps you to increase the output. You might recollect that in our session on constraint elimination, we had discussed about the setup times. So any time wasted on the machine other than the intended action, this is a wasted time. So minimize that. So these are the 6 ways in which you can reduce the no action point time. And by this, you will reduce the cycle time. Now, we will see a small problem here. You have a warehouse from which material is transferred by a forklift to a shearing station. Okay, you see there's a IBQT. This is the inbound queue time. It is getting acted at the shearing station. After that, it is waiting at the outbound queue time to be transferred to somebody else, somewhere else. It's transferred by the forklift. See, at the shearing station, the piece was cut into 4. So this is how you find that at the outbound queue tray, you will find 4 pieces. This is transferred by a forklift to a notching and folding station, where it is notched and folded, and it is going to the welding station for the folds to be welded. The folds are welded, and now it is going to the painting section to get painted, and then it is going to the finished goods warehouse. Now this is a simple process where a piece of sheet is getting converted into a small tray. It is getting a big sheet is getting cut, sheared at the shearing station to be made into 4 pieces. Those 4 pieces are notched and folded so that it forms a tray shape. Then the tray is welded, and after the welding, it is painted. So the entire process, you see the layout is very simple. From the warehouse, raw material warehouse, it's a big piece going into becoming 4 pieces at the shearing station. Then notched and folded, welded, painted, and being transferred as a finished product to the warehouse. Now, my first question to you is, identify the set with only no action points in the above process. With only no action points. You see, answer C. Answer is C, where there is moving, waiting, and idling. No action takes place. In all the other activities, in shearing station, in notching and folding, welding, and in painting, a change happens to the piece of sheet. A big sheet is cut into 4 at the shearing station. Then it is folded, it is welded, and then it's painted. So a change happens at these 4 points. All the other action points in the process, like your transfer points, IBQT, that is inbound queue time, and OBQT, outbound queue time, they have no change done on the material. This takes time, it takes resources. To move the material, you require a forklift. To keep it there, you require a table. Okay, it takes time. And the cycle time is the time taken from a warehouse to from the raw material warehouse to the finished goods warehouse. This is the cycle time. So it's over. And then I'm just asking this question. What is the set with the no action points? It is answer C, moving, waiting, and idling. These are the no action points in the above process. How many times is the material transported in the process? It's 5. 5 times the material is transported from the raw material warehouse to the shearing station, from shearing station to the notching station, notching to the welding, welding to the painting, and painting to the finished goods warehouse. 5 times the material is transported in the process. Now I have put it in a tabular format. All the time taken. We are just logged down all the activities, what change happened, what is the length of travel in meters, how much is the travel time in minutes, and what is the time taken at the station for waiting, as well as for action, as well as for outbound waiting. What is the equipment required? What is the manpower required? All these things we have tabulated in this table. So we will see how this cycle time can be improved. Now let's analyze or summarize the process. The action time per unit is only 7.5 minutes. The action time per batch is 530 minutes. The transfer time in the batch is 100 minutes. The inbound queue time, the time waited by the material for any action, is 320 minutes. And outbound queue time is 370 minutes. So in total, the total cycle time works out to 1,320 minutes. Hope I am clear about it. So the total cycle time from warehouse finished raw material all the way to warehouse finished goods is 1,320 minutes. Again, I'll repeat, the action time per unit is 7.5. For the batch of 80, it is 530. And transfer time is 100. IBQT is 320. OBQT is 370. Total time is 1,320 minutes. Almost close to a day, I would say, or 3 days if it is a 8-hour working organization. Now, you see the action point times is 530 minutes. No action point time is 790 minutes. Cycle time is 1,320 minutes. So all in all, you get in this way. You see the no action point time is the minimal time. No action point time is slightly bigger, and the total of this is the cycle time. Now we will analyze the no action point components. Travel time is 100. IBQT is 320. OBQT is 370. So total 790 minutes is lost in the process with no actions. So compared to IBQT and OBQT, the travel time is minimal, though it is traveling 5 times. Now let us analyze it further. Let us break down station wise and see how much time is lost. Travel time is maximum in station 5 between the painting section and the finished good warehouse. The travel time is maximum. All the other places, it's not that much. Similarly, when you see at different station, what is the time taken for IBQT as well as OBQT? This is the table. Station 1, at the first shearing station, not much time is lost. At the notching and folding, you find OBQT is 160 minutes. At the painting line, the IBQT is 130 minutes. Okay. So the total is maximum in station number 3, which is a welding station, which is 230 minutes. So the waiting time is maximum at the welding station, whereas only if you see the IBQT, it is maximum in 4, which is the painting line, and maximum in OBQT is maximum in 2, which is the notching and welding station. Okay, it's 160 minutes. So you get a Manhattan graph like this. Now, we will see the time available for the factory, considering that they are working 30 days and 3 shifts of 8 hours with 10% downtime. So almost they are working round the clock, okay, to make these trays. The fixed cost is 90,000 rupees per month, and the variable cost is 0.6 of the unit price. Price is 100 rupees per piece, and the factory is working 30 days. So what is the total time available in minutes per month? It is 30 into 3 into 8 hours into 0.9, which is approximately 38,880. Now we will see what is the present cycle time and output. The cycle time is 1,320. The time available is 38,880. So number of cycles per month is 29.45. So quantity per cycle is 80. So quantity per month is 2,356. So this is the quantity produced by this factory per month. Number of cycles is 29.45. Quantity per cycle is 80. So quantity per month is 2,356. Present revenue and profits. Fixed cost per piece is 38.2. So variable cost is 0.6. Price is 100. So revenue is this much. The profits is very, very, very minimal. They hardly get 1.8 rupees per piece. So they are getting out when they are doing 2,380 pieces, they are getting a profit of about 4,240 rupees per month. See, on a turnover of 2,35,000, they make a profit of 4,240, which is roughly 1.8 percentage is the profit percentage. So next, what we have to see is how this can be improved by reducing the no action point times so that you increase the output of this factory. Let's say we try to reduce the no action point time in 3 or 4 stages by targeting a reduction of approximately 10% in the no action point times. You see the no action point time is 1,300 minutes. So we try to reduce 130 minutes in every step, in every process or every change we do. We do it in 3-4 steps so that the changes are not hampering your production, nor is it upsetting the manpower. So you go step by step. You will not change the action points. It is the same 530 minutes. No action points, 790 minutes. In the first step, you reduce it to 660. Second step, you reduce it to 530. And the third step, you reduce it to 400. So that your cycle time becomes 1320, 1190, 1060, and 930. Okay, hope I am clear here. No action point time is reduced from 790 to 660, 530, and 400 in steps of 10%. Whenever we're making changes, don't make a drastic change. If you make a drastic change, there are chances that you will find some resistance coming from the people, or you may overlook something that it may be short-lived. Revolutions are normally short-lived. Drastic changes happens in a revolutionary change, but then somehow they have the ill fate of being short-lived. On the other side, you make small changes, but incremental changes, and you will find that things stay. So you go step by step. From 790 minutes, you make it 660, 530, and 400. So that the final cycle time is 930 minutes. Now let us see what happens to the output, revenue, and profits. As you see here in this table, the APT is same 530. NAPT is reduced from 790 up to 400 in 3 steps. Cycle time is reduced from 1320 to 930. The time per month is unchanged. Cycle per month increases from 29.45 all the way to 41.81. I have asked in MCQ 4 here, which is what is the cycle time? I changed 2 cycles per month. Quantity per month from 2356, it increases all the way to 3345. So the revenues becomes from 235,000, almost 100,000 improvement in revenue going to 334,500. Now we will see how this is just an output analysis. Output has increased by 42% only by just acting on the no action point time. Again, we'll see here what is the fixed cost per batch. In the first case, it was 3,056 rupees per batch, the fixed cost, which got reduced to 2,153 per batch, or fixed cost per piece reduced from 38 to 27. Now, what is the profit of this unit when we make the changes? In the first case, without any change, without studying the no action point, the revenue was 2,35,000 and the profit was 4,255 or 1.8%. After the first change, the revenue became 2,61,000 and the profit became 14,551. 3 times increase in the profits, 300% increase in the profits. From 1.8, it goes to 5.6, slightly more than 3.1 times. After the second change, the revenue becomes 2,93,000. From 2,93,000, you find that the profits become 27,394. So the profits almost doubled from the previous, but goes almost 5 times from the initial stage. See, from 1.8, it has jumped to 9.3. So you call it as a 500% improvement in the profits. And in the last case, after the fourth iteration, the revenue becomes 3,34,000 and the profit becomes 98,815, and the profit percentage, profit goes to 43,781 and the profit percentage is 13.1. So imagine from 18 or 1.8%, the profit is jumping almost 7 times. Initially, it jumped 3 times, then it became 5 times, and now it has become 7 times. From 1.8, it has gone to 13.1, or from 4255, the profit is jumping or increasing to 43,781. Here you see that it is almost 10 times a jump. So imagine a company doing 4,255 rupees profits per month, overnight becoming a 43,000 rupees company, profit maker in a month. So this is the jump you get when you are acting on the no action point time. And all this is without any risk on the material on which you are working. If you are going to reduce the time at the welding station or the notching station or at the painting station, you will have some adverse reaction on the material. Now nothing on the product, nothing of that sort is happening. You are only just reducing the no action point times. Automatically you get a much better output. Now you can ask me a question, sir, you are talking about the cycle time starting from morning to evening in the factory. Why not after the first batch is moved from the warehouse and it is going out of the sharing station, why not the second batch move out? Yes, that is possible. But again, if you are compressing the cycle time, automatically everything gets compressed and your output gets improved. If the cycle time in the first case is say 1300 minutes, if you are keeping batch after batch and trying to maximize, whenever you reduce the cycle time, automatically your number of cycles keeps increasing. If there is a gap of 6 hours between the first cycle starting and the second cycle starting, it will get compressed only. Okay, so there is always a chance to improve the number of cycles whenever you act on the no action point times. It is directly proportional. It is directly increasing. So if you want to improve the output of your unit, if you want to increase the turnover of your unit, and if you want to increase the profit of the unit without compromising on the product quality or without much investment on the infrastructure, study the no action point times, eliminate all the wasted times, and see that the factory is giving more than what we expected.